Hey guys, it's Marble Tyler here from STG. If I sound a little groggy today, I just woke up. It's kind of early in the morning, so bear with me. But today I want to talk about Halo 6. We don't really have any news yet. We haven't heard anything. We're really hoping E3 this year we'll hear something. We'll get a trailer, we'll get an announcement. At least say, like, hey, we're making progress. Just give us a little bit of an update. But I'm going to talk about microtransactions and the REQ packs. I'm going to talk about that in relation to the other Microsoft titles that are coming out right now. So regarding like Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, and basically like what Microsoft's currently doing and how that might impact Halo, depending on how the publisher is acting. So let's recap Halo 5 real quick. The REQ system that had REQ weapons, it has cosmetics that includes like animations for the assassinations, helmets, suits of armor. For the REQ weapons, there were overpowered variations of the standard guns. All of it, like the REQ helmets, we'll say, were just absurd. There's way too many of them. Some of the variations were literally the same thing, but with like, there's a stripe on it or something like that. And then there was like 4 of them, because there was like a stripe, a circle, and then 3 stripes. And it was like, okay, this is dumb. You're just trying to pad out the progression so that I can't get the thing I really want. It was really obnoxious. And of course, you could buy it from microtransactions. That was the whole idea. You can buy, for $2, you can get a silver pack, which included uncommon to rare. And then for $3, you can get a gold pack, which included, like, I don't want to say it's uncommon. Maybe it was uncommon or something like that to ultra rare or legendary. That's what it was. And, of course, there's different tiers. So you could buy, I think it was like $100 or something like that. You could get, that buys you 36 of them, or 33 of them, but they'll give you 17 free. We'll give you that a little bit of bonus if you spend $100 on the game you already bought. It was a little ridiculous. I played hundreds of hours. I have several days worth of time in Halo 5. Probably not hundreds of hours. Probably, 100 to 200 hours. And I never unlocked the DMR, which is just a base weapon. I'm rank 60-something, rank 70. And I never unlocked a base weapon for Warzone. So it was just so ridiculously padded out and obnoxious that it really hurt the players. So obviously, if we're doing a video on microtransactions, we can't ignore Frank O'Connor's statement, which was a couple months ago. Frank O'Connor is like the lead director right now in terms of Halo 6 progress. He's not Bonnie Ross, who's in charge of 343, but he's directing Halo 6. And he was relating this to Battlefront 2, but his statement said that the REQ packs were well-liked and unintrusive. Now, Halo fans had an awful reaction to the statement because we all know they're not well-liked, and they're absolutely intrusive. They prevent you from getting cool armor. They prevent you from getting awesome stuff. So, and that was in comparison to Battlefront 2, so we don't know what extent that's going to be taken. We don't know how that's going to, be approached, but we do know that Frank O'Connor did step out and try to defend the REQ system. So, part of me that has to believe there's going to be some REQs in Halo 6, unfortunately. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to compare this to Xbox current exclusives. So we're going to look at Sea of Thieves. Came out last week, and it has no microtransactions. None whatsoever. And they will be adding them down the line, but they did confirm they will not be loot boxes. So it'll be all cosmetic, from what we understand. All cosmetic, and no loot boxes, no RNG. You're going to buy what you want. That's a great system. I mean, obviously, it sucks if you really want those items, but there's no season pass for this game. There's no... Right now, they've detailed that they plan on building upon the game and everything else, but nowhere have I seen, they're going to have paid DLC expansions. So, these microtransactions aren't loot boxes, not very intrusive, they're all cosmetic, and they pay for the expansions. That's the kind of microtransactions, if we're going to have them, I want them in my game that way. That way, I'm not buying a season pass and splitting the players. I'm just choosing not to buy skins, or I might buy a couple skins if they're really cool, and it pays for my DLC. That's a great deal. Alright, now we're going to look at, for example, State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 is launching with a Season Pass, but it will not have any microtransactions whatsoever going forward. That's another great system. Obviously, it will split the players a little bit, but this isn't a multiplayer game. So that's something really important. This is a completely co-op game, so they don't have players coming back beyond the initial experience anyways. So microtransactions don't make sense in a system like this. I'd be kind of mad if they did have microtransactions, even if they weren't intrusive and they weren't loot boxes, because it's not, you know, a multiplayer game. It's a co-op game, and it is a single-player game, but it's not a multiplayer game. This is a great system. This is how a game like this should run. This is how it should work. That's honestly just how it should be. So we're going to look at that, and we'll look at Halo 6 in this perspective. Now we're going to ignore Halo Wars 2 because that came out last spring, and that was coming off of like that awful mindset. The only other game that Microsoft's technically released, which no one really talks about because why would we talk about it? Super Lucky's Tale. That has nothing to do with this argument. I don't think there's any DLC. If there is, I don't think anyone's talking about it. I'm not going to talk about that game whatsoever. Now, we don't know much about Crackdown 3 and whether there's going to be an expansion pass or not. There's rumors, there's things that are going around, but no one has an idea. So, in regards to Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2, this is a great sign on Microsoft's part. It's a sign that, you know, hey, we're not going to just, you know, absolutely drain all of your money through microtransactions and a season pass. Hopefully they're making a change for the good. And they made a pretty bold statement with Sea of Thieves. Now, this might have been Rare or it might have been Microsoft. I'm not sure. But their Day 1 patch was making fun of other Day 1 patches because they added one cosmetic item that had, you know, a 1 on it. It was an eye patch. And it was to make fun of other Day 1 patches. That's a pretty bold statement coming from, you know, Halo 5's publisher that, you know, couldn't complete their game and had to use free DLC to finish the game content that's supposed to be in the game anyways. So, again, I don't know if this is Rare or Microsoft, but again, it's a bold statement. It's absolutely standout. It shows, you know, hey, we're trying to make some better changes, hopefully. So what does that mean for Halo 6? Well, for Halo 6, we're probably going to have some rec packs. I mean, Frank O'Connor came out and he defended rec packs. And I think they definitely have their place. I think the rec weapons have a little bit of uniqueness to them. I don't think Warzone is a great system as is, you know, with the rec stations. But I do think they have their place of, like, if they were in just the sandbox, yeah, that just adds more stuff to the sandbox, if that's how they were implemented. It makes it pretty unique. It makes it, you know, it adds more to the game. That's great. But I do think, away from the rec packs, though, they will have a cosmetic-based microtransaction system. The only issue is, it's still up for debate whether they're going to be loot boxes or they're going to be, in Sea of Thieves' case, you pick what you want. We're all hoping you pick what you want. We're hoping we get free DLC again. We don't know, truthfully. I mean, all of this is rumor. I'm just going off of everything else Microsoft is doing and talking about right now. But it seems like they're making some good moves with their other games. We can only hope these practices carry over to Halo 6. I'm willing to bet we're going to see some sort of rec system back and some sort of cosmetic microtransaction system. We're just hoping, based on, you know, these recent Microsoft doings, that they're not going to be loot boxes and they're not going to be a ridiculous grind and that, you know, they'll focus on rewards. But yeah, check back to STG. Far Cry 5 just came out. We have a ton of videos coming out. Yeah, stay tuned.